Hi everyone, welcome to English 115. This is a brief introduction to technical communication and to the course in general. In this mini lecture, we will discuss general course information, a general introduction to technical communication, and the purpose for studying technical communication. Some general course information. The most accurate and up-to-date information is found in the learning units. At the beginning of each learning unit, you'll see the course or the unit learning outcomes, so that's what you're expected to know by the end of the unit. And directly below that, you'll see a list of activities and due dates. That's always the most up-to-date information. So if you look at the course outline, I have the topics and the general due dates, but that might fluctuate depending on if we need to spend more time on one topic or another. So best information is in each learning unit. With email, I respond to email every day, so you'll receive a response from me within 24 hours unless it's on the weekend. Just like you, this is my summer too, and on the weekends I'm going to go camping and I've got some trips scheduled, so my weekends are busy, and I will try to respond as quickly as possible, but I might not always respond within 24 hours. If you have general questions about the course, post them in the questions and comments forum. This is a really important forum because it allows us to keep our email to a minimum, and it it allows us to convey question or answers to questions to the whole class in one space. So chances are, if you have a question about an assignment or some kind of information that's in the course, your classmates do as well. So posting that question in the questions and comments forum will help. On the flip side, if you know the answer to a question, by all means, please answer it. This has been really useful for students who are struggling with technical issues with the class, and I've had my technology wizard students be able to answer those questions really easily and quickly, and it's been very useful. The other thing that you need to know is that there's a forum called Notes on Graded Assignments, and in that forum I provide a feedback on assignments that I've graded. And this is similar to how it would be in a face-to-face class. If I graded assignments and I returned them to the class, I would kind of go over those things that might be problematic, or some questions or concerns that students had about the assignments. This is where I go over that kind of information. So make sure you look at that forum. I suggest that you subscribe to both the questions and comments forum and the notes on graded assignments forum. That way you'll get emails when those are updated. And the reason I say that is because I expect throughout this semester your work will improve. And if you're not looking at the notes on graded assignments, or you're not looking at the questions and comments forum, you may miss some important information, and therefore your work's not going to go in the direction that it needs to be going in. Alrighty, there we go. Mini lectures. You are responsible for all of the material covered in the mini lectures. That's what this is. These are especially important because we do not have a textbook in the course. So you will get most of the course content from these videos. Sorry, that word meeting should have been deleted. It's not. We're not meeting online. We're only going to do the videos. I'll meet with you online individually if you need to do that, but I'm not going to have class online meetings, but this primarily because my internet isn't working very well, so it's not real consistent. You should also take notes when you're looking at the recorded materials. That way, when you answer quizzes or you're completing assignments, you've got the information handy and available to you. The study skill requirements for this class. To be successful in an online course, you must be a proactive learner. This means that you use and further develop your critical thinking skills to delve deeply into the assignments, looking beyond the obvious. Don't just take the simple way and the quick way. Really think and put some time and effort into the work that you produce in this course. You also need to be open to exploring a variety of ways of thinking and learning. This is not a traditional face-to-face class, so you're going to be asked in some ways to be outside of your comfort zone. So be willing to do that. Be willing to stretch yourself. Be flexible and work with others who are here to support your learning and theirs. Do not work in isolation. I do ask that when you don't understand something, you first try to figure it out on your own. And I do that because this is a really important part of the learning process, is for you to try to figure things out on your own. If you've given it your best effort and it still doesn't make sense, then I expect you to ask questions of me and or your classmates. However, before you do so, make sure you've read the syllabus, the assignment directions, and that you're prepared so that you ask smart questions. And the reason I say that is because if you send me an email and say, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do in Unit 1, that doesn't give me a lot to work with. If you say, I don't understand where I'm supposed to post my course introduction, then I have an answer that I can give you. So by being as specific and as concrete as you possibly can, that gives me the opportunity to help you in the quickest and easiest way. So it makes it keeps us from having to email each other 6 times, and it gets you the answers that you need in a more timely manner. So asking good questions helps you as well as me. To be successful in this class, you need to be organized and dedicated to learning. You need to check your email and Blackboard at least every other day. I update materials, assignments, grades, and announcements almost every single day. You need to set aside a realistic amount of time to work on the course assignments. Keep up with the workload. Late submissions will not be accepted. So you need to keep up with the schedule. This is an 8-week course. It goes really fast. We cover the same amount of material that you would cover in 16 weeks. So you need to keep up to date, because if you get behind, it's going to snowball and it's just going to overwhelm you really quickly. You also need to submit all of your assignments via the corresponding assignment link in Blackboard. Do not send me assignments via email. I will not grade them. I'm teaching several classes online, and I cannot keep assignments organized if you email them to me. So it's really important that you use Blackboard. Course design and time and schedule. This course is designed to require the same amount of time, if not more, as a face-to-face class. On top of that, again, it's summer. So that means that, or it's 8 weeks, and that means that we're, instead of 6 to 9 hours a week on this course, you are expected to spend 12 to 18 hours per week on this course alone. That's a lot, especially if you're taking other classes, if you've got a job, you've got family, if you've got any kind of life. So make sure that you haven't overcommitted yourself this summer. Don't take 5 classes. Good gracious, I can't tell you how many students I have do that and just really struggle. And keep up with the coursework. Also note that this is not a correspondence course. I don't open up the course and you complete everything in a week. If you do that, what I found when I've done that in the past is that students rush through the course, they don't do well, they end up failing the class, and it's just a headache for everybody. So we're pacing ourselves. Some more about the course design, the assignments. Your reading assignments will be online, and there'll be PDFs, and then you'll also have the videos where you'll get the mini lectures from me, that you'll get your course materials. There'll be miscellaneous practice exercises and assignments. You'll have reading quizzes and a final exam. The final exam is you can be exempt from the final exam if you get an A in the class. So if by week 7 you have an A in the class, you will be exempt from the final exam. And the reason I do that is because the final exam is just a review of everything, and if you've demonstrated throughout the semester that you understand everything and you've got it, then there's no reason for you to take the final exam and re-review it. The other thing is, if you're kind of borderline, then taking the final exam can help improve your grade. So that's why I've set it up the way I have. I use grade rubrics, and they're available to you with the assignments. If you click on the assignments in the grade book, you'll see rubric next to it. Always look at that rubric and check it out before you complete the assignment and after. I say before because if you look at it before you complete the assignment, you'll see how I'm going to evaluate the assignment, what I'm looking for, because with each assignment I'm looking for very particular elements. And so check out the rubric, you'll see what I'm looking for. Then after I've graded the assignment, look at the rubrics to see my comments. I will tell you what you did well, what you need to work on, and this is really key because your work will not improve if you don't check out my comments on the rubrics. Then you're not going to know how to improve your work and therefore how to improve your grade. So make sure you take the minute that it will take you to look at my feedback and see why you earned the grade that you did. Even if it's a perfect score, still check it out and know what you did well. Ever since I began teaching, I have this thing that I do, and I call it revise and resubmit. And sometimes what this is sometimes the student will submit something to me that is totally off base. It's not anything I expected to get. It's just we're just not on the same page at all. And so rather than fail that student, what I'll do is I'll give that student a grade of 1 in the grade book, so that tells me that the student submitted something on time. And then I will write on the assignment, revise and resubmit. And what that is exactly that. I want you to revise and resubmit the assignment so that you can improve your grade. What you need to do though, or the key to success with that, is to talk to me via email, on the telephone, or make an appointment and we'll meet online. But talk to me so that you know how to revise it, what it is I'm looking for, and what it is you missed. Okay, so don't submit or don't revise and resubmit without talking to me first. I've had students revise and resubmit 4 or 5 times, and it would have been a whole lot easier for the student and for me if the student had just spoken to me first and understood what needed to be worked on. So make sure you check in with me. I also have something called an NQA coupon. You'll find the NQA, or No Questions Asked coupon, in the course documents. And what that is it allows you to submit one assignment up to 7 days late. And so, for example, if our first unit 1 or a next unit after the Get Started unit is Unit 1, and those assignments I believe are due June 18th. So if you figure out you're not going to be able to get all of the assignments done by June 18th, then what you need to do is submit. You'll get a 0, and but then before the 7 days is up, you have the opportunity to use that NQA coupon and submit that assignment so that you can get full credit for it. If at the end of the semester you have not used the NQA, you've turned in all of your assignments, you don't have any zeros, you're not missing anything, you'll receive 10 extra credit points. So it's kind of a nice way of rewarding you for getting your work in on time and or helping you if something comes up and you're in a time crunch. So what is technical communication? Technical communication is a broad field and includes any form of communication that exhibits one or more of the following characteristics: communicating about technical or specialized topics such as computer applications, medical procedures, or environmental regulations, communicating by using technology such as web pages, help files, or social media sites, providing instructions about how to do something regardless of how technical the task is, or even if technology is used to create or distribute that communication. So that is kind of, from the Society of Technical Communicators, a definition of what technical communication is. So you can see that technical communication is all around us. So think about for a second what a few examples are of technical communication that you encountered today. So for example, maybe you looked at your shampoo bottle, the directions on how to use your shampoo. That's technical communication. Or maybe you looked at the back of a box of some food that you were going to eat to see how many calories it had in it or how much protein. That's a form of technical communication. Or maybe you were driving down the road and there's well, today especially, there was a detour sign because of flooding. That's a form of technical communication. So technical communication can be something as simple as that. It can be as complex as the manual that you download online for your cell phone or your TV or your DVR or your computer. It can be instructions for how to do something. It can be a technical description of something. It could be a report that you have created for your boss that includes research, analysis. Lab reports are an example of technical communication. So technical communication is pretty a large field that really surrounds us and that we utilize in multiple ways every single day. So why study technical communication? Technical communication is a form of rhetoric and will be useful to you throughout your professional career. Rhetoric is the art of persuasion. So it's a way of persuading people to do something or to think something or to use something in a particular way. So you might use it when writing directions for a coworker, or creating a resume to get a job, or updating a website, or even asking for a raise. These are all ways in which studying technical communication will help you be a stronger employee and have a more positive professional career. So my philosophy about teaching: you are not a sponge. Therefore, you cannot sit there and read or listen to my words and learn. I do not give you knowledge. Knowledge is something that you have to create on your own. I can guide you and help you along the way, but learning is really an independent journey. Everyone learns in his or her own way. You have to find or make your own connection with this material. I cannot make you believe that studying technical communication is important. I can explain to you the value I see in it. I can try to persuade you to find value in it as well. But ultimately, the decision is up to you. You can go along on this journey or not. It's up to you. That's your decision. In the same sense, I cannot make you complete your assignments. You have to decide that you want to learn and that you want to engage the material. If you don't see value in it, then no matter what I say or do, you will not see value in it and you won't get value from it. What you put into this course is what you will get out of it. So it's up to you. I am here to help you, to support you, to challenge you whenever possible, and to do my best to help you be successful. But you have to do that hard work. You're the one that has to put in the effort. I already know this stuff. So what I'm doing is trying to share that knowledge with you, but you've got to do that work and really engage with the materials and put forth your best effort. If you have any questions or concerns or comments about this video, by all means post them in the questions and comments discussion board forum, or you can email me, and I will be talking to you again soon.